Can you give us just an update? Frank said that maybe you could have practiced today, but how are you feeling and how's the toe?
Yeah, I feel pretty good. I think I definitely could have, gone today. I think it's a little bit of probably the smart thing to do, and then me getting better at my stubbornness as well. So I think it's the best approach. Obviously, with our schedule this week, having tomorrow off for Thanksgiving, just a couple more days of rest and be ready to be out there on Friday.
Your streak, I know that's a lot of stats with your resume. Is a consecutive streak start sort of high up there because of the availability factor?
Yeah, it really is. It is. It's certainly important to me. I'm thankful for it, really, that I've been able to be healthy enough to be out there. And I do think there's something about that availability being there each and every week. Certainly there's circumstances you can't, but thankfully I've been able to. I think there's a fine line there. Obviously, you aren't you don't just try to keep that alive to keep it alive. And this isn't one of those instances, but it definitely is a special one for me.
Zach Kiefer.
So if I'm correct, you heard it on the block you laid out, correct?
Correct.
So I watched the tape, and you're the one out there. What happened exactly? And then how much pain did you have the rest of the day?
Yeah, it was the weirdest. It was just kind of a weird deal. Just kind of, I don't even really know how to explain it. It wasn't great the rest of the day, but it wasn't awful. I mean, it was most of that fourth quarter. So yeah, I mean, I think it's more just getting through some of the soreness here early in the week, and haven't not dealt with it. And you think about all the things you deal with, and that could be it sound a little more legit than a toe, but I do think, thinking back, over the years, and we've all heard over the years of guys that have had, different toes that have nagged them and things. Thinking about DBs and running backs and all those guys, I can only imagine how tough it was to deal with something. So I don't think we're in any way close to the magnitude of those things like that. But yeah, so it's a little different. But thankfully, my position too, there's not a lot of cutting and doing a lot of so I'll be fine.
No real impact on your throwing motion.
No, I'll be good. It's already weird enough, Zach. So I don't think I can tweak it anymore.
All right, George Brummer.
Philip, how unique is Michael Pittman's run after the catch ability, and do you see some of his running back background out there?
Yeah, I mean, maybe so. Obviously his dad was a heck of a player, and I'm sure he's had that ball in his arm many, many times over his career. But he is. He's a strong, powerful runner. He's running with a lot of confidence too when he gets it. You can just tell. I think that his confidence is continuing to build. Seems like to me, I felt like he was really coming on before the injury, and then I felt like the Detroit game, it was a little sped up for him. It was like getting back in the mode, and then it's just each and every week you feel it slowing down, and you feel his confidence and his explosiveness out there each and every week. So it's been great to get him going, and again to add another guy to the mix of the 11 that caught passes last week. I mean, who knows how many it'll be this week? So I think having that added dimension, obviously, that we were anticipating all camp long, and it kind of coming along as we hoped, is going to be big for us as we keep moving forward.
Jim Aiello.
Yeah, Philip, I know the Jacoby offense is more than just quarterback sneaks, but I was just curious, what makes a good quarterback sneak, or how is somebody so good at it? I know last year he was like 10 of 10. He was good this year at it. So is there a secret to being good at it?
Well, I mean, he's a strong man. I mean, he's a powerful man, and some of it's probably just you get good at it by doing it a lot, And so I'm not sure how many of those he ran back in the NC State days, but and obviously he was in New England where there for a short time where Tom has run probably more sneaks than anybody. So I do think there's probably a knack, probably having a little knack and a feel for it, and then just being a strong ball carrier as he showed, the last couple of weeks. And like you said, certainly that's his skill set goes way beyond that. That goes without saying, but it's been good. I thought the change up last week with having that kind of short yardage thing package for him was beneficial for our team, and he did a nice job executing it.
Is there something in a defense you can see too? I mean, picking which I know you ran a lot of successful sneaks along in your career too. Is there something you see in a defense that you can make it easier to pick a hole or something like that?
Yeah, I haven't ran many in the last 15 years. I ran actually a ton of them in college, but I don't know. Sometimes I always think you can probably overthink those things. Where you fill a gap, it may not be the tackles may be pinching or something like that. It's having that ability to kind of squirm to the next soft spot. And again, those guys up front, I do think that certainly helps as well. Having those big guys up front like we do that are moving people off the ball. So there's a combination of a lot of things, but those were good conversions the last 2 weeks.
All right, we'll go a few more. Kevin and Bowen.
Philip, when you do practice on Friday, what will you be curious to see kind of toe related? Is it like pushing off that back foot, or what exactly do you think you'll be looking for? And did you feel anything, I guess, Sunday once you got hurt, or was it just all adrenaline?
Yeah, well, adrenaline definitely helps. That's for sure. I think I won't be necessarily looking for anything. I think it's just kind of just getting back in the mode. I mean, just getting out there to practice. Obviously, having our red zone day and going. I don't feel like it'll be, let's see what I can or can't do. I think at that point it'll be ready to go. Certainly whether you end up needing a little tape job or figuring out exactly footwear, how you want to go about it. But I don't anticipate, Friday being necessarily, oh man, this is the day we find out if I'm all right. I feel like I'll be good to go.
Zach Kiefer.
Phil, as weird as this year has been, we forget that you're with a new team this year, and there's been some up and down games throughout the season. 10 games in, can you look back and feel like there was a time when you started to get really comfortable with the offense and it became your team? Was it early on, or was it just kind of had to weave through the first couple of weeks and see how it went from there?
I think you kind of said it. I mean, I felt like there were stretches even early on, going back to Minnesota and the Jets, where we were really efficient, and doing things well, but it still wasn't just smooth, I guess. And I don't know that it's ever smooth. I mean, it's a National Football League. It's every yard is got to be earned. Nothing's given to you. But I do feel like really probably Detroit is when you just kind of felt things getting kind of, I guess, in a real flow. We've had that. We've had some grooves up before then. So it's hard for me to pinpoint that, but I do feel like Detroit, we really got going. And you've just felt that in syncness, and it all kind of coming together, and really felt good in Baltimore. And obviously, we had the 2 turnovers and kind of the weird third quarter, but I felt good about Baltimore. I think that's why I told you guys after that Baltimore game, I was like, shoot, I'm leaving even more fired up about what we can be. And then really the last 14 days, you just kind of, obviously you win 2 big games, and you just kind of feel. And I think really going back over my whole career, I think that the good teams that I've been a part of, you feel like that's the case usually. I feel like we've been doing this all year with some hiccups. And then I think the teams that have a chance to, in November and December usually really hit their stride. And those are the ones that separate from the pack. So by no means have we separated from the pack. Shoot, we're right here knotted up playing in the division opponent that's, we're tied for the lead. So, but I do feel like we're kind of hitting that stretch of where you just feel like, man, we're gonna figure it out and find a way to win, and whatever that means, whatever the score looks like at any given time in the game, whatever type of conversion we need, whatever shot play we need, whatever however we need, and Jacoby in there, whatever, you just kind of feel that way. So, and I've never loved the phrase "my team," so I wouldn't say that I've ever felt that necessarily. I have felt, going back to the captain vote, you feel that the camaraderie, the respect that you've you've built in a short period of time has been well received, and that you have that rapport with your teammates. But it's our team. I mean, it's our team. Each guy in that locker room, we all have our role, and it is a unique group. I know y'all haven't been able to be around us as much, and I know many of you know this team better than I do probably, but it is a cool team to be a part of, even with the circumstances that we've been under and not having as much interaction as we normally would. So I think, again, we've hung together through the bumps, and then now here we are right here in the mix Thanksgiving week, which is what you want to be. And now, Sunday afternoon, we'll talk again and see where we are there. And really, however it goes, we're still going to be in the mix. But, I do feel like we're hitting our stride. That was a long answer to an easy question. Sorry.
Let me ask you this. You mentioned the hiccups. In a way, did you kind of need the games where you didn't play great to learn from that and to see what you guys would do when you don't play well? Is that kind of how it helped you to get where you're at?
Yeah, I think it can help you. I don't think you ever go, well, I'm glad we lost those couple, because you wish you were sitting here at 9-1 right now or 10-0. But I do think they can be beneficial. I know for me personally, I certainly wish I had some throws back in Jacksonville and in Cleveland in particular. And I wish I had every negative play back, obviously, but those stand out. So I'm not glad those happened. But for me, with a new team, I do feel there was some benefit there, knowing how we were going to respond. How are the guys? I remember that Jacksonville game thinking, man, gosh, those a couple of those late turnovers. The Cleveland game, I mean, I was like, I hope the guys are good. I hope they know I know that's not acceptable, and we're going to go. I'm going to be better. So I think because I haven't experienced that with these guys. I've made some of those same plays over my career with other teammates that I had been around a long time. So I do think there's some benefit to that. I'm not necessarily happy they happen, but I think going through some of those experiences together, both me personally having that, and then as a team, definitely, I think the 20.1 deficit, losing in Cleveland, losing the opener in Jacksonville when we felt like we should have, I think those are times that you grow closer together and can be beneficial. You don't want them to happen, but I do think there's some growth and gain in that.
Joel Erickson.
Philip, the block you threw on Sunday, I don't know if you're a Bull Durham guy, but Crash Davis says you're not supposed to hit anybody with your pitching hand.
Yeah, that wasn't the best. That probably wasn't the best decision there. Which it was no issue with shoulder whatsoever. But yeah, that probably wasn't the best decision. I guess sometimes the 16-year-old linebacker and 17-year-old free safety comes out every now and then. I can't help myself, and a little bit of me, at least, not really redemption, but at least to show that there is a little bit of something in there after that Baltimore tackle debacle.
All right, we'll go one more. Charlie Clifford.
Bill, Coach Reich mentioned the changes kind of to Thanksgiving around his house and for most of the guys. What will your first Thanksgiving in Indy look like tomorrow at home?
Yeah, it'll just be us, which that in itself is a pretty good gathering. But it'll be good. Thanksgiving is always special in our families together. My folks will come up for the game Sunday, but not tomorrow. So it's always you want to be thankful all the time. It's a good reminder. And shoot, I've always thought, it sounds cliche, but I've always thought it makes me think of how thankful I am for football. And really, I've said that every year to the media because of the people. It's because of the people. And now I've met a lot of new people, and these people, none of these people I would have ever met or ever known had not for the game. So certainly thankful for that because of the people. And that's what makes it special. And shoot, if we're 7-3 or if we're 3-7, I think there's always something to be thankful for. And certainly my family and many other things, I have a lot to be grateful for.